Good evening. This is Akashvani. I am Valsa Williams with the World News. The headlines. India and Afghanistan condemn all acts of terrorism emanating from regional countries. United States denies supplying advanced medium-range air-to-air missiles to Pakistan. Venezuelan opposition leader María Corina Machado wins Nobel Peace Prize. And in cricket, Yashasvi Jaiswal's unbeaten 173 leads India to 318 for 2 at stumps on day 1 of Delhi Test against West Indies. External Affairs Minister Dr. S. Jaishankar today expressed his deep appreciation to Afghanistan for its strong condemnation of the Pahalgam terror attack on the 22nd of April. In a joint statement, following talks between Dr. S. Jaishankar and Afghan Foreign Minister Maulvi Amir Khan Muttaqi in New Delhi, both sides unequivocally condemned all acts of terrorism emanating from regional countries. Both sides emphasized respect for each other's sovereignty and territorial integrity. The Afghan Foreign Minister reiterated the commitment that the Afghan government will not allow any group to use the territory of Afghanistan against India.
During the American occupation, there was many ups and downs that happened. However, throughout this time, we never gave a statement against India. Rather, we always sought good relations with India. We will not allow any group to threaten anyone else or use the territory of Afghanistan against others.
External Affairs Minister Dr. S. Jaishankar expressed condolences over the loss of lives caused by the recent devastating earthquake in Nangarhar and Kunar provinces. The Afghan Foreign Minister appreciated India's role as the first responder to the disaster and its delivery of relief materials. Dr. Jaishankar reaffirmed India's commitment to continuing such assistance.
We have a shared interest in boosting trade and commerce. I'm glad to note the commencement of additional flights between Kabul and New Delhi. India has introduced a new visa module for Afghan people in April 2025. As a result, we are now issuing greater number of visas, including in medical, business and student categories.
Former Afghanistan President Hamid Karzai has condemned Pakistan for conducting airstrikes on Kabul and Paktika, calling the action a clear violation of international law. He urged Pakistan to review its misguided and harmful policies and to engage with Afghanistan on the basis of friendly and civilized relations. Karzai's statement came after multiple explosions in Kabul, which were the result of unprovoked cross-border airstrikes. The Afghan capital was shaken as powerful blasts echoed through several neighborhoods, with witnesses reporting the distinct sounds of aircraft overhead. The incident occurred just hours after Pakistan's Defence Minister Khawaja Asif delivered a fiery speech in the National Assembly, suggesting a breakdown in diplomatic restraint. In Kathmandu, an all-party meeting is taking place at the President's office, Sheetal Niwas, under the invitation of President of Nepal, Ramchandra Paudel. The Prime Minister of the interim government, along with incumbent ministers, is also attending the all-party meeting. The consultations between President Paudel and the political party leaders are taking place for the first time after the Gen Z protest that toppled Oli's government, leading to formation of a new interim government and the dissolution of the House of Representatives. The date for election to a new House of Representatives is declared as March the 5th, 2026. The United States has denied to supply newly produced advanced medium-range air-to-air missiles AMRAAMs to Pakistan. In a clarifying statement, U.S. Embassy in India asserted that a recent amendment to an American foreign military sales contract is not a transfer of new weapon systems to Islamabad. It said the modification is limited to sustainment and spare parts support only, and no capability enhancement or upgrade to its arsenal is being provided. The clarification came in the wake of reports suggesting that Islamabad had been added as a recipient of the newly produced AMRAAMs. Several media outlets had interpreted the contract amendment as signalling a potential arms supply of new missiles to Pakistan. This is Akashvani. You are listening to World News. We bring you the top international news and updates from around the globe. Welcome back to World News. The Nobel Peace Prize for the year 2025 was awarded to María Corina Machado for her tireless work promoting democratic rights for the people of Venezuela. Machado, also known as the Iron Lady in Venezuela, was listed in Time magazine's The 100 Most Influential People of 2025 list. As the leader of the democracy movement in Venezuela, María Corina Machado is one of the most extraordinary examples of civilian courage in Latin America in recent times. The president of the 29th Conference of the Parties, COP29, to the UN Framework Convention on Climate Change, Mukhtar Babayev, has emphasized the need to strengthen climate finance and enhance cooperation among global environmental frameworks. He was addressing the IUCN World Conservation Congress in Abu Dhabi. Highlighting the Baku to Belém roadmap, he called for scaling up climate finance for developing nations to at least $1.3 trillion annually by 2035. Union Minister of State for Environment, Forest and Climate Change, Kirtiwardhan Singh, led India's intervention at a high-level roundtable with IUCN President Razan Khalifa Al Mubarak during the IUCN World Conservation Congress in Abu Dhabi. The session focused on nature-based solutions for climate action and the road to COP30 in Belém. More from our Dubai correspondent.
Union Minister Kirtiwardhan Singh cited specific examples of indigenous environmental knowledge, including the Toda tribes of Nilgiris who predict monsoons through ant nesting patterns and the Jarawa communities of the Andaman Islands who forecast cyclones based on fish behavior. He also referenced Rajasthan's step wells and traditional water management systems as models of sustainable resource use that remain relevant today. On the sidelines of the Congress, the minister also held discussions with Dr. Amna bint Abdullah Al Dahak, UAE Minister of Climate Change and Environment, exploring ways to strengthen India-UAE cooperation in climate action, biodiversity conservation and sustainable development. Reiterating India's commitment to finding solutions to mitigate climate change and promote conservation of biodiversity, Sri Singh acknowledged the UAE-led ambitious climate initiative, the Mangrove Alliance for Climate, steered by the UAE and the Indonesia. Vinod Kumar, Akashvani News, Abu Dhabi.
Defence Minister Rajnath Singh today co-chaired the maiden India-Australia Defence Industry Business Roundtable in Sydney with Australia's Assistant Minister of Defence Peter Khalil to advance industrial partnerships and capability development between the two nations. The discussions focused on exploring opportunities in defence technology, manufacturing and innovation, particularly within the frameworks of Make in India and Atmanirbhar Bharat. Later, Mr. Singh addressed members of the Indian community at a special event hosted by the Consulate General of India in Sydney. He acknowledged their contribution to strengthening the cultural and economic bridge between the two nations.
Today, as we gather under the banner of our comprehensive strategic partnership established in 2020, we stand at a pivotal juncture to reposition our defence relations not merely as partners but as co-creators of a secure and prosperous Indo-Pacific. Over the past few years, India and Australia have witnessed a remarkable transformation in our bilateral relations.
In cricket, opener Yashasvi Jaiswal scored an unbeaten 173 to help India reach 318 for 2 in their first innings at stumps on day one of the second test against West Indies at Arun Jaitley Stadium in New Delhi. Yashasvi Jaiswal on 173 and skipper Shubman Gill on 20 were at the crease when stumps were drawn this evening. And now before we close, here are the highlights of the bulletin. India and Afghanistan condemn all acts of terrorism emanating from regional countries. United States denies supplying advanced medium-range air-to-air missiles to Pakistan. Venezuelan opposition leader María Corina Machado wins Nobel Peace Prize. And in cricket, Yashasvi Jaiswal's unbeaten 173 leads India to 318 for 2 at stumps on day one of Delhi Test against West Indies. That concludes tonight's World News Bulletin. For more updates, stay tuned to Akashvani. Good night.